Plane geometry is the science of lines and the shapes that they enclose on a flat surface or plane. A point has position but no dimensions. A line has position and length. A figure or shape has position, dimensions, and an area that it encloses. In geometry, a figure is a shape and does not refer to a number, as it does in mathematics and also in everyday speech. The word figure is also used to refer to a diagram in a book. For example, please see Figure 3 on page 5 for an illustration of these forms. The line around any shape is its perimeter. I have a perimeter fence all around my house and garden. A circle's perimeter is called its circumference. The radius is a line from the centre point to the circumference, and the plural is radii. The diameter is a line crossing the entire circle through its centre. Half a circle is a semicircle. A line touching the outside of the circumference at a single point is a tangent. A line not crossing through the centre is a chord, or, if the line extends beyond the circle, a secant. The shape enclosed by the chord and the smaller arc of the circle, a piece of the circumference, is a segment. The adjective is circular, although in common usage this also describes a route that ends up back at the start point. If you divide a circle like a pie, each piece is called a circle sector or circular sector. When divided into 360 such pieces, the angle of each piece is 1 degree. A circle divided into 4 makes 4 quadrants. Into 6 makes sextants, and into 8 pieces makes octants. 2 lines that meet form an angle, and the point of meeting is the vertex, plural vertices. Angles are measured in degrees, which is 1 360th of a circle. An acute angle is less than 90 degrees. A right angle is 90 degrees, the same as a corner of a square. An obtuse angle is greater than 90, but less than 180 degrees. A straight angle is 180 degrees, although a depiction of it would be just another straight line. And so, this only makes sense as part of a description of a progressive process. For example, the hands of a clock, when opposite each other, are at an angle of 180 degrees, but they are two separate items joined end to end. A reflex angle is greater than 180 degrees, and a full angle is the whole 360 degrees. Adjacent angles share a common side and a common vertex, but do not overlap. On an analog clock, one with pointers or hands, the minute hand goes round the entire 360 degrees in 1 hour, and the hour hand goes round in 12 hours. Someone turning back from their direction of travel, or reversing their behaviour or opinions, is said to be doing a 180. To bisect means to cut into two equal parts, whether it is a line, an angle, or a shape. Shapes bounded by straight lines are described by their number of sides. Shapes or figures that have a number of straight sides are called polygons, and if they are all the same length, then it is a regular polygon. Three lines joined at their ends form a triangle. If all the sides are of equal length, it is called an equilateral triangle. A scalene triangle has all sides of different lengths. An isosceles triangle has only two sides the same length. An acute triangle has all angles less than 90 degrees. A right triangle is one that has one right angle. The side opposite the right angle is called the hypotenuse, which is Greek for stretching under. and the hypotenuse is said to subtend the right angle. An obtuse triangle has one angle that is greater than 90 degrees. A shape that has 4 sides is a quadrilateral or quadrangle, and this latter term is also used to describe a large area or courtyard between buildings. A square is a regular quadrilateral. A pentagon has 5 sides, and a hexagon has 6 sides. A heptagon has 7 sides, an octagon 8, a nonagon 9, and a decagon 10. Triangles, squares, and hexagons are the only regular shapes that can be tessellated on a flat plane, that is, fitted together like tiles, with no spaces between, and only using one shape for the tiles. Such tiles would be triangular, square, or hexagonal. The cells in a honeycomb are hexagonal. Regular pentagons can be tessellated on a spherical surface, as often seen on black and white footballs. Symmetry describes a shape that can be halved to produce 2 identical shapes. The halves of a circle are symmetrical, as one can be rotated to fit over the other. Rotation is turning around on an axis. A butterfly shape and the human form both have reflectional, bilateral, line or mirror symmetry. A line that meets another at right angles is called perpendicular to that line, but in common usage it means vertical or upright. It comes from the Latin for plumb line. Congruent means having identical shapes, so that all parts correspond. Congruent triangles may be at different positions and rotations, but they could all fit on top of each other exactly. A square has equal sides and is also called a regular quadrilateral. A rectangle has opposite sides equal, so a square is a type of rectangle. Paving stones and bathroom tiles can be rectangular. If a rectangle is squashed from one corner to the opposite corner, each pair of sides is still parallel, but the angles are changed and the shape is a parallelogram. When all four sides are equal, as with a similarly squashed square, it is a rhombus, and this is sometimes called a diamond or diaper shape. Leaded window panes are sometimes made entirely of diaper-shaped pieces of glass. In British terminology, a trapezium or trapezoid has four sides, only two of which are parallel. In American terminology, this describes a similar figure that has no parallel sides, but the British would call that an irregular quadrilateral.